to the Delta House. 'Cause the things they're saying and the things they do are A-okay with me if I can do them too. Oh yeah! Come on, baby, let's go. Darling, please, let's go. Let's go down to the Delta House. Let's go down to the Delta House. Let's go to the Delta House.
Lunchtime, Pinto. Listen, this may be the last meal I slide under your door. I have classes to attend and a personal life to improve. So maybe you should think about coming out of there soon.
I can't come out, Hoover. I told you that. I'm deformed.
But if you don't tell us how you're deformed, we can't help you.
We'll go straight back down.
How's he doing? He's all yours.
Pinto, open up. I got a treat for your hormones.
Go away.
Pinto, I got the bombshell here in brown velvet shorts with the gold trim just for you.
Pinto? Pinto, won't you please come out?
No. Go away. I can't see anyone.
Hey, come on, man. This is ridiculous.
Will you guys leave me alone? I told you I'm deformed. I'm not coming out. Hey, Larry, this is Ken. Listen, Larry, I mean, we've been friends ever since we got here at Faber, right? I mean, we went through rush week together, we crammed for finals together. So I'm sure whatever your problem is, we can talk about it. I mean, what are buddies for, right? This isn't going to make me throw up, is it? Wow. How can I live with this, Flounder? Well, you can live with it. I mean, look, remember that veterinarian student that, that stood me up?
Cheryl Benson?
Yeah. Well, remember that dog that bit off part of her ear? I mean, gosh, it was all messy and bloody and infected with scabs. And, I mean, it got people sick. And she went out, and yours is a lot better than hers is.
Thanks, Ken.
No, really, Pinto, I mean, it isn't that bad. I mean, you could hardly see it. I mean, you practically need a magnifying glass to see it. Look, Pinto, trust me. Well, guys, it is the biggest, grossest, ugliest thing I ever saw in my life.
Well, what is it? An extra ear? A scar? A horn? What?
It's a pimple. A huge, gigantic pimple, and it's right on the end of his nose.
No, Kroger's got his first major league nasal eruption.
Listen, it's not funny. I mean, he said he was going to lock himself up in his room until his nose is back to normal. I mean, he's a young guy. He's a growing boy. He needs fresh air. He needs sunshine.
It's up to us to help him. Imagine how he feels. I mean, after all, this is something that every one of us has been through.
Speak for yourself.
Not very often we have the honor of a three-star general visiting our campus.
It's my pleasure, Dean Wimmer.
I'm glad you're here too, sir.
This is Douglas C. Niedermeyer, Supreme Commander of our Faber Corps. He's a straight-A student and an A-plus military man.
And a charter member of the Young Americans for the Use of Chemical Warfare Against Small Dissident Nations.
Glad to meet you, Commander.
Hi.
It goes without saying, General Schaefer, that we at Faber are very much interested in securing a Defense Department research grant.
That's what I'm here for. Now, I'd like to review some of the work carried on by your science department. And I'd like to take a closer look at your students' bodies. Mr. student body.
Yes, well, I'd be delighted for you to tour our lab facilities. I feel that our science department has contributed greatly to the defense of our nation.
Yes, right.
And that's not to mention many of the offensive things we're capable of.
Defensive things, yes, right. I think I'd like to inspect your installations.
Well, I'm sure you'll find our lab facilities, General... Lab facilities, my foot. I wouldn't trust our science department to fix my toaster.
Oh, really? I find the lab department quite capable.
Oh, come on, Niedermeyer. You know what their big number at the science fair was last year? A dead dog with a light bulb in its mouth.
But, sir, it worked.
He must eat of the ear of the wolf. He must sleep with the leg of the piano. He must anoint his nose with the ashes of a virgin.
Well, don't you have any of those?
You have to supply your own virgin.
I'm the only one I know.
That'll be $10 cash on the barrelhead.
This is the finest in artificial noses.
It's a nice one.
For you?
A friend. Do you gift wrap?
Can't understand why he wouldn't let me help him.
But, Dean Wormer, you can't be serious about Robert Hoover. He wears plaid socks. He comes from a family that rents things.
There, Niedermeyer. Let me read you this report of the best science students at Faber College. Emily Groot, who has perfected a better busy signal. Madison Jones, an arithmetic major. His final project was 3 times 9.
That's 27, sir.
Herbert Klauber earns his place among our scientific elite with his study microphotography in the crib sheet. And finally, Robert Hoover, who won this year's chemistry department prize for a comparison of temperature loss between aluminum beer cans and glass bottles. Robert Hoover is the only genuine adequate science student at this college.
Why isn't my name on this list, sir? I just finished the study on how long it takes a turtle to die.
Yes, Miss Leonard?
Mr. Hoover and Mr. Stratton to see you, sir.
Send them right in.
Thank you, Miss Leonard.
Mr. Hoover, you brought a friend along, I see. Good to see you, Mrs. Stratton.
So, Dean Wormer, how are you doing in your fight against academic freedom?
Butt out, Buster. Sit down, Mr. Hoover.
Thank you, sir.
I'll get right to the point. Faber has a chance to get a fantastic defense grant. And with your scientific abilities, Mr. Hoover...
You want me to work for the Army, sir? Oh, I can't do that, sir. The Army's all about killing people.
That's the old way, Hoover. Today it's Megadeth by remote control, like switching channels on TV.
I don't think that would help, Doug.
Let's not get caught up in our moral underwear, shall we? The issue is money. Money to put up a new wing for our science building to get more grants.
Oh, grants for what?
For putting on new wings to get more grants.
Well, I'm not absolutely saying that I wouldn't help the college to attract these funds. But then again, am I really saying that I will?
What the hell are you talking about?
You're asking bright Bob Hoover to betray his conscience. First you start making atomic bombs, then you get into drunk driving.
And then you start writing bad checks, and it's an easy slide right into shoplifting. And then you start...
You shut up! Now, you better come up with something, Mr. Hoover. Now get out of my office.
As you wish, sir. Sir. Nice to see you again, sir.
Follow him. Watch his every move. If he comes up with something, I want to know about it.
There. Look, I really appreciate what you guys are trying to do. I really do. But, I don't think wearing a box on my head is any less embarrassing than my deformity. Look, I have a final, and if I miss it, then I'll be back steam cleaning engines in my dad's car dealership. So I'll just have to take my chances. And if I get humiliated and crushed and embarrassed into a coma, well, that's just too bad. See you later.
There goes a brave man.
With a huge zip.
Hoob, I don't think Wormer's a happy man.
Well,
Hi, guys. Bye, guys.
nothing's worked yet. What are we going to do?
We can tell people he's going to play Rudolph the You-Know-What reindeer in the Christmas pageant.
Oh, Otter.
Hey, Hoob, if you're such a big-shot science whiz like Wormer says you are, why don't you come up with something to cure Pinto's deformity?
It is not strictly a medical problem, Otter. Some of our best doctors have pimples. Like the guy over at the Student Medical Health Services Clinic. You know, Otter, pimples are all in the head.
Unfortunately, this one's on the front of his head.
It's psychological. He worries about pimples, he gets pimples.
Yeah, well, we have to come up with something. The kid's a basket case. Besides, I can't stand to look at him.
One thing that might work is a placebo.
Phony pill.
Or a formula. A formula. Somehow or another will make him think it works. Once he knows there's a cure, he'll lose his anxieties. It's that simple. No anxieties, no pimple.
You mean you're gonna cure him with a useless remedy?
Sure, like that stuff they advertise.
If it doesn't work, we can all get made up as Pinto and have a
sore, red, ugly,
inflamed nose party!
Do you have time?
Sure. Quarter after.
After what?
After 1.
My friend says it's a cold, but I say it's a zit on your nose.
It's a cold.
Okay, it's a zit.
Mr. Kroger.
Yes, sir?
Mr. Kroger, you've had that tissue in front of your face since this test began.
Yes, sir.
Is that a cheat sheet masquerading as a tissue, Mr. Kroger? We'll see about that. I'm terribly sorry, Kroger.
God bless Mom and Dad and little Elizabeth and the trees and the grass and the campus police.
Hiya, stranger.
Hi, Muff. How are you? How's school?
Stop, Pinto.
Muffy, go away.
What's wrong with you?
Please go away.
What is this, some sick fantasy you're acting out? Sniffing that strange girl's ponytail?
Yeah, that's what it is. And you'll just think less of me if you watch me do it. Muffy!
Hey! Oh, your nose! Oh, yuck! Oh, it touched my hair! Oh, yuck!
Look at the hooter on that bimbo!
Oh, I'm sorry if I would have known. I'm so sorry. Let's get out of here.
Is anyone around?
No. You can take the sweater off your head.
Will you turn around?
Oh, Pinto, you act like we just met. Part of being in love with you is overlooking your faults.
This isn't just a fault. This is overlooking Mount Everest.
Please, look, I feel a lot better if you turn around.
I am being vain, aren't I?
Well, we're all vain to some extent. But I really think you're blowing this whole thing way out of proportion.
Maybe I am. In the overall picture, this is nothing. Time is inexorably slipping away, and I'm growing older and closer to that time when I'll meet my maker. I can't worry about this when I have all that to worry about.
That's right.
I can do it. I can face people. Besides, who cares if me, Larry Kroger, has a pimple on his nose?
Have you seen that guy with the weird nose? I want to get a picture for the Daily Fibarian.
I don't care what he's come up with. It won't work. Nothing will work.
Hoover is awfully smart, Pinto.
It's hopeless. Hopeless. I'm marked for life.
Perfect. Okay, I think we're all set. Now, D-Day, I will pour the solution over the statue of our beloved founder, Emil Pfeiffer. That's when you hit the switch. Okay, it's over behind the desk. Now, the powder underneath the statue will ignite and give off a huge flash, and then the wall turns, and presto! Hit the auxiliary switch. Fantastic! Who set this thing up? That's a friend of mine in the theater arts department. He's been doing extensive research on the films of Abbott and Costello. Neat, huh?
Yeah, sure. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Luke comes around on the wall going, Abbott! Abbott!
Pinto, I've got great news. I've developed a formula that's going to take care of your problem.
You haven't. Nothing can cure my problem.
Of course you're a little skeptical. I can understand that. That's why I thought that you might like to see just how it works before you use it.
All right, men, to the window. By proclamation of the Dean and the Board of Trustees under the provisions set forth in the College Building Fund Security Act and Sedition Laws of 1962, you are hereby ordered to evacuate.
Real men don't have to dress up in uniforms to prove their masculinity.
March!
Real men prove it by taking them off.
Pervert.
I will take just a few drops of this special chemical, and I will pour it on the statue.
You've got to be kidding. I saw Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
No, Pinto, it was the formula. I promise.
I appreciate the effort, Hoop. It would take a real idiot to fall for something like this.
After the flash, it was reduced to a tenth its size. I saw it with my own eyes.
Do you know what this could mean, Niedermeyer? We could spray that stuff all over Russia and wipe them out. We could turn their rubles into kopecks. We could change Khrushchev into Wee Willie Winky. Get that wonder weapon over here and get it over here fast. Miss Leonard.
Yes, sir.
Get me General Schaefer.
This had better be good, Wimmer. This had better be worth turning our plane around for.
Don't worry, General, it will be. One of our students has developed a catalyst that causes dramatic changes in molecular structure. In short, it makes things smaller. Now, while we're waiting for Douglas Niedermeyer to bring over a batch of the formula, I suggest we put on this protective gear.
That's the one I was telling you about. She's got a body on her that could stop a bazooka.
General? Put this on, General. Now, there is a blinding flash that precedes the change of size.
Will you get on with it, Wimmer?
Just a minute. So, I suggest we put on these special glasses. There you are, take one. Give them back then afterwards. Here we are. Here you are, sir. Good, good, good. Gentlemen, are we ready? Miss Leonard, we're about to proceed with the experiment. Hold all calls.
Oh, may I watch?
No, you may not. Gentlemen, we'll all receive the Nobel Prize for this. Gentlemen, I am about to reduce this desk to the size of a loaf of bread.
Will you pour that thing, Wimmer? Water. It's nothing more than water.
No, wait, General, wait, please, sir, wait. Look.
I could ruin you, Warmer. I could ruin you, Warmer. But you're unbalanced.
I've had a terrible day, Mr. Niedermeyer. But not half as bad a day as it's going to be for you, you idiot! I'll get you!
You know, I really have some good friends at Delta House. I mean, they tried to fake me out, but they meant well. They're always putting slimy things in my bed, and when my parents call, they say I quit school and became a hairdresser, and sometimes I wonder if they really like me.
They like you. And I like you.
Hello there, Moby Dick. I'm fine, just fine. How are you? Would you like a nice special surprise treat for your lunch?
It's the Osmond Family Show, and Donnie and Marie share their secret fantasies with Debbie Reynolds, Ron Palillo, and Ruth Buzzy. Now stay tuned for Middle East Peace, the Carter Gamble next, followed by The Love Boat and Fantasy Island.